Hey, how's it going, guys? It's another episode with KO Codie at Codie's podcast. Today we're going to be talking with one of my close friends and affiliates, Brother Tony. So, Brother Tony, how's it going?
Bless. Everything great, man. It's a pleasure to be here, you know. First things first, I'm Jamaican, so be with me if you hear the accent, you know what I mean? It's going to chip in from time to time, but I'm going to try to keep it as smooth and as clear as possible so everybody can understand, you know? Yeah, You good?
Yeah, understand.
Cool.
So, Tony, tell me about some of your experiences, like being in America as opposed to Jamaica. Like, what's the difference to you?
Whole heap of difference.
Experiences.
There's a lot of difference. Anybody from the islands can tell you. It's a big difference.
So let me rephrase that. Explain to me, like, being a kid from Jamaica and dreaming about coming to America, what that meant to you, what that feeling was like.
Oh, that was crazy. Straight here, I remember we used to see the planes flying over, right? And not just me, a whole bunch of my friends, we used to just visualize the inside of a plane. You know what I mean? Like, much as to even travel across the waters and even come to America. Then again, a lot of us had cable television from an early age, myself included, so I used to watch all the movies, HBO, USA, everything, so I used to see everything. But the sad thing is, coming to America, I see a difference, I see the realness, but yet still, I could tell you this much, no matter how grimy it is in America, it's 10 times better than Jamaica. Sad to say, I love Jamaica with all of my heart, but realistically speaking, when we were in Jamaica growing up, we thought that America was really what they said, the land of honey. We thought, I honestly thought that, because I thought that you could come here and money just drop in your lap.
Yeah, you know it's a grind, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Before coming here, we thought that you get the money as soon as you come here. But when you get here, you see that, you have to really work hard. Is the difference is
That's a fact. It's a corporation. That's how America is built. It's capitalism, but it's a corporate model, you know?
Absolutely.
As far as the citizens being seen as how much you can produce at the end of the day, and how much you can feed into the corporate model system with going to college and racking up the debt and then paying off the debt.
Right.
Even medicine type, it's all about the money.
You're right. I learned that when I came here, because one of the main things I understood when I came here from an early point is like, it's a business. I saw people like, we used to have, because as a kid, I didn't have a lot of ties. You have some kids that grew up in Jamaica in my time that had a whole bunch of ties. I wasn't so
ties,
lucky.
What you mean ties?
Toys, my bad. The accent just killed it a while ago. My bad. The toys, right? So I didn't have a lot of toys, right? So I used to love watching the ants. Building ant farm and all that. I used to love watching ants.
See what?
When I came here,
crazy, right? You was playing with ants.
Yeah.
In Jamaica.
Yeah. Don't try to clone me.
I'm not trying to
don't
clown
try
you.
Play
but
me.
I'm just trying to. No, I'm not trying to clown
right.
you. But I'm just trying to say, see how crazy it is what the kids have now.
Yeah.
So you got to be the way where technology is now is amazing.
Right.
A kid playing with an ant farm to now.
But I'm gonna show you the comparison. What I'm using that to. I said that to say this. When I came here, my friends brought me in the subway the first day. And when I went to Manhattan,
talk about your plane ride, yo. How you just gonna skip the plane ride?
The plane ride, honestly, I fell asleep.
But
I was overwhelmed with joy, and I was a young kid, and because I tried to say like that, but we were drinking at an early age, so I got super drunk when I was leaving.
Oh no!
Yeah, I was excited.
Yeah,
it was a celebration.
Yeah. You gotta have fun.
Even as a young kid leaving, so you know what I mean. I wasn't that young.
So what you would say? America represented like liberty and freedom to you.
It meant everything.
It meant new hopes.
It meant more than just the word liberty and freedom.
The idea.
It meant escaping poverty. It meant my future. I could see a light at the end of the tunnel.
So that's what America meant for you. How long ago was that? That's what America meant for you at that time.
That was 21 years ago.
21 years ago.
And let me tell you this, stick a pin. So that's what it still means for me now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me clarify. That's what it still means for me now. You understand? Because I have a beautiful wife.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 beautiful kids.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And again, the light is still there at the end of the tunnel. As long as I play my cards right, do what I need to do, stay out of trouble, and keep working towards greatness, it's very possible.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying it wouldn't be possible if I wasn't in Jamaica, but I can tell you that it would be 10 times harder.
Exactly.
Because there's fewer opportunities. You have to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, or you have to be connected in a certain different direction, because there's a lot of educated kids that are on the streets right now doing God knows what, doing odds and ends jobs, not living up to their best potential are there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying if I was in Jamaica I wouldn't be living an okay life or an awesome life, but being here, the opportunities, it was kind of like accelerated, it was expedited. You know what I mean? And everybody that's from the islands, that's never traveled, or even people that's been traveling back and forth, they can tell you the opportunities here is just way different.
It's just way more opportunity.
Absolutely, you know what I mean? But the similarities now in this day and age in regards to crime and violence
in America,
yes,
speaking.
And what's going on in Jamaica, it's kind of mirroring right now. It's a mirroring effect, because
right now, what makes you say that? So what paint a picture for me about like how crime is in Jamaica. Just like a little short picture.
Then or now?
If you could do both, little like fast, like.
Well, crime is crime everywhere now.
How it was, and how it is now.
All right. First things first. Let me clarify. I'm not against violence.
Okay.
In some situations, violence is absolutely necessary. Acceptable.
Understandable.
There you go. Because if somebody tried to take your life or the life of a loved one of yours, I feel it's a God-given right to protect what was given to you by the Creator. So if it means to take a life to preserve your life, then so be it. And even so, even in law enforcement, it is acceptable when a law enforcement officer anywhere across the world that use violence, so-called violence, because if someone is died, or someone has died because they were shot by a police officer while in process of doing a crime, is justified. Legally is justified.
Yeah,
the cops did what he was supposed to do. He was preserving the life of himself, the citizens, and so forth. So again, I'm not against violence in certain situations.
I understand that.
But crime, no. Because you said you asked me about crime and violence. It's two different things. I want to clarify that.
As far as Jamaica, I mean.
No, I'm talking about Jamaica and anywhere first.
Yeah. I'm
not against violence anywhere. Because violence in some cases is absolutely necessary. Unnecessary violence, I'm not with. I'm totally against. You understand that?
Yeah, I got you.
Cool. Now, crime is a totally different story. Now, in a Jamaica, sad to say it like that, but it is super corrupt, you know? Super corrupt. Where,
as far as it at the highest level is corrupt?
At any level.
You talking about the police, or
I talk about everybody, man. Everybody.
Everybody's for sale.
Everybody, man. Everybody's for sale. Because watch this. In Jamaica, what I'm saying is public information.
Okay.
So it's not like I'm making up anything.
I got you.
I'm not trying to create up a roar or anything. I'm not making up anything. This is real facts. The Jamaican political parties are heavily embedded and tied with the gangs in Jamaica. We have two political parties in Jamaica. One is called the JLP and one is called the PNP. Right? You guys may know the JLP party based off some of its most infamous dons over the years. And some of their crews.
And it's funded by the
by the government in Jamaica. Let me tell you something. Years ago, you had someone called Dudus Coke.
Okay. Yeah,
that got extradited over here. Right? He got extradited over here. He's a so-called Don. I don't know, but that's what they say. Right?
Yeah.
But what's known and what's facts is that he's heavily tied with the political party at the time that was prime minister, that they were running the country at the time.
So they wait. So the guy, the Dodos guy was. Who was he? Who did he have ties with?
The political party at the time. His ties is with the JLP party, Jamaican Labour Party. His father was also tied to the Jamaican Labour Party. All these things that I tell you right now, you can go and research it. Anybody out there can go and research it. It's public information.
So do you see like a comparison of that within like America?
Of course.
Like
no, more so than ever, yeah.
How so? Elaborate on that.
All right, repeat this. I remember before I came here, they told us, yo, if you're doing anything and cops see you,
by the
you
way,
can run.
Go ahead.
Right? You can run. Reason being, cops don't shoot innocent people unless they see you with a gun or anything. They don't shoot you. That's what was told to me as a kid coming up to America. So I would be on the block with a lot of American friends when I just came here as a young teenager, and they would start running when the cops come. And you know what I would do? I would run. Not because I was doing anything illegal, because it was a thing to do and I know I wouldn't get shot. In Jamaica, it's something totally different, brother.
Okay.
The cops coming, especially if you live in a certain area, a garrison area, you know what I mean? Impoverished
I heard
area.
The cops in Jamaica is like kind of like really rough.
Not kind of them rough. They rough.
I heard some stories.
Yeah?
How they gun butt you and stuff and
That's common assault, brother. That's a common assault.
like really give wedgies like crazy.
Yeah, man,
crazy
common
stuff
assault,
like that.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, like give you a wedgie,
I
slap
can tell
you
you
in
some
your head,
stories, bro. Yeah,
gun
man.
butt you. It's wild. Yo, what's the craziest cop story you heard?
I heard, or I can tell you.
Yo, I heard some crazy ones, man.
I heard a lot.
I heard one about a guy got gun butted and his nose broke.
Oh, that ain't nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
that's, bro.
shit.
That's,
Well, I live in America, bro. But
now,
talk about police brutality.
That's what
talk
I'm saying.
about police brutality.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
like,
seeing the comparison now more with crime, because a police killing somebody innocently, that's a crime. Remember before I talked about violence that is justified.
Don't skip past what's the craziest cop stories, man?
You said
about
what I heard. You want
Jamaican
something that I heard or
cops,
what I witnessed, what I've been through.
Yeah, what you done seen?
What I've seen?
Yeah.
Alright, wow. Alright, Maggie has a story. Boom.
We love police here, but you know, we got some rotten apples. Continue.
No, but everybody.
That's just the PSA.
Everybody out there know me.
We love police.
Well, not everybody, but the few that was there can testify to this. Alright, we had a police in our area, right? We call him Big On, right? But how we talk, it sound like we're saying Big Horn. Yeah, I mean, say, Big Horn is coming, but it's really Big Horn.
Where you from in Jamaica? What area is this?
Portmore.
Okay.
Right? So, but we really mean be gone, because we're saying when this police officer pull up, you better be gone.
Okay. I understand.
He's not one to be messed with. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's one of them type of people that will murder you and throw a gun in your lap and call his friends to just take your body to the what you call it?
Morgue or whatever.
Absolutely, yeah, to the morgue. Right? Boom. So Big On had a big mango tree in his yard.
Okay.
So it was season. What I mean, we were watching this tree for like 2-3 days. Like, okay.
So Big On lived in the
he lived in the area that we lived in.
Okay.
He lived in the area that we lived in. He had a big mango tree in his yard, and we used to hang out close to his house. So we used to observe his mango trees all the time. So it was a season. He has the sweetest. It's called East Indian mangoes. Any island person would tell you about East Indian mango, right? So we are watching a tree and we say about a dozen or more mangoes looking ripe, looking like pepper lights, bright. So we said, all right, he normally goes to work in the nighttime. So we said, all right, tonight we go.
So y'all was gonna go take his mango.
Absolutely. So me and a couple of my friends, we went there.
That's pretty daring,
right? So
knowing how the police is over there, I'm just gonna say that right now.
Let me tell you what happened. This is crazy. My friend Gold in Jamaica.
This sound like a movie. This might be better than some of the movies they put out.
Listen. This is retarded, bro. So we said we going over there to get the mango. So we all had flashlights, right? We all had flashlights and plastic bags. So when we up in the trees, pick a mango, put it in the bag. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Boom. So
Mission Impossible.
I bet. So We did. We picking mangoes. So one of my friends, he already picked a whole bunch of mangoes. So he
out of his yard.
Out of big on yard. Yeah.
How much mangoes y'all had got?
Honestly, I think I had like 6 at the time. A couple of my friends had different amounts.
Okay, keep on.
Listen, that wasn't even. Listen, let me tell you. Nobody had time to count after the fact. Let me tell you what happened. So boom. So we did. This is a residential area, even though it's in the somewhat what you will call the ghetto, right? The garrison, the hood, whatever you want to call it, right? But it's somewhat of a residential area, right? Boom. So we in the yard, we picking shit. So one of my friends, he finished picking a whole bunch of mangoes quick, so he jumped out the tree. So he started spinning off, basically dipping off to where we gonna hang out at, right? So he dipping off. So all we hear is big on, like he's screaming from down the block. So we hearing him while we in the tree. So when we start get quick, we start jump out of the tree, right? One of my friends named Goal, instead of he ran to the left. This is where the spot at where we normally hang out is to the left. So all he had to do was go to the left and he would have been right there. He went to the right. I don't know if it was panic or what. When he jumped out and ran out the yard, he went to the right. We all went to the left. I don't know why the fuck he went that way. Big on coming. Big on see this nigga. Excuse my language. Big on saw him with a big bag. Backed him down.
Oh,
early.
Let's go.
Right?
Of course. So that's to be expected.
We already heard my man started screaming. So you know what we did? We ran around the block. Started jumping 2 feet and started watching. You know what he did? Told him to go back up in the tree and glue the mangoes back on the limb. And then he shot him in the leg.
Oh, shit.
You understand what the fuck I'm saying?
Oh.
That was the craziest shit because we thought he was going to get away. After because he gave him glue to go back up in the tree and glue the mangoes back on. Let me tell you something. He was there for like an hour or 2 trying to glue the mangoes on. You know how hard it is to glue a mango on a goddamn limb?
Yo, that's crazy.
You know how fucking hard that is, bro?
You ain't never gonna hear about no shit like that in America. Hell no.
You hear what I'm saying, bro?
You might, but
and listen,
that's crazy.
Listen, that's just crazy. That's not violent, and he still got a con. I will call it a shot. He still get a shot in his foot. You understand?
That's crazy.
You know why he got a shot in his foot? Because the gate had a padlock on it, so we had to jump the fence.
Yeah.
So he said, "This is for you. Using your legs to jump my fence."
Yeah, I mean,
shot him in the leg.
It's crazy though. You know, even saying certain things nowadays, certain conversations that get you canceled, which is wild. I mean, I don't know how you feel about this cancel culture. Just like that Dave Chappelle situation with his Netflix.
All right, watch this. All right, peep this. Cancel culture.
I feel like even in Hollywood, you can't even have good movies anymore. You don't even see real characters anymore. Everything is just an agenda right now. They just want to push.
Right, absolutely.
Whatever the agenda is, they want to just paint a picture on how they want everything to be, which is crazy to me. You can't even watch a movie and it's just the merit of a great story and great characters. Every movie got an agenda and some hidden message, not so hidden message, to beat the youth over the head to think or act or behave a certain way, which is crazy. That's the elephant in the room that a lot of people don't even understand what's affecting society. It's like, yo, stop telling us what to do in every facet of our life. When we wake up in the morning, the news is telling us how to move. Oh, you can't have this much people at your event. Make sure Christmas might be dangerous. You seen that shit that the White House put out? That memorandum saying, oh, we got a deadly winter ahead of us for the unvaccinated. Yeah, that shit. Did you see that?
I didn't see that, but let me just piggyback off that real quick.
That's crazy.
Let me piggyback off that real quick.
They got a spell over the people, so to speak. Mainstream media.
All right, this might offend a lot of people, but sad to say it. I'm gonna just say it, brother.
Go ahead, speak your mind, my brother.
Most people brainwashed, and them don't know them unconsciously brainwashed. You notice I'm saying unconsciously brainwashed.
Where you think this is coming from? Like, what do you think is the biggest factors?
You mean where it derived from, or where the influence is coming from? As far
Where
as
the influence is coming
influence
from.
is coming from all the people that's so-called in power, the so-called people who are idols, who are influencers. Who I'm talking about, all the people who have cult followings. Bear in mind, watch it. You think it's by? Can I curse and speak freely?
You can cuss a bit.
All right. You think it's by fucking accident? All these rappers that's singing about. Before I even say that, let me ask you a question. You think if a rapper come out right now, rapping about conscious lyrics and going to college,
He ain't going anywhere.
Enough said.
He not going
enough
anywhere.
said. I'll say you got the
Yo.
picture. But watch this. Let me, who's a nobody.
It's easy to
Now watch this.
do that.
Let me, who's a nobody, make a video tomorrow. Post couple guns, a pound of flour, and say some cocaine, right?
You a hit.
Right? And I post some pills and say, listen, I'm popping mollies, I'm sniffing coke. You know what I'm doing? I'm on the boat. I got the rope.
You know what really
make
get
your
me
whole
sad,
choke.
though?
You know what I mean? I'm going viral.
But you know what get me sad, though?
All the negative shit make you go viral.
You know what get me sad, though? Like, because these rappers, they have like one day in the sun and then they die, which is crazy. It's so crazy that these rappers, they get these deals, they rapping that life, and then they live in the life, and then they pass away.
But that's just
nobody ain't even affected by it. It's
no,
crazy.
No, I'm telling you why
it's
nobody's
like Biggie and Tupac.
No. Sorry to cut you. I'm sorry to burst your bubble in the same sentence. No, I love it, but I'm have to tell you this. You're right, but you're wrong in the same sentence because it's just a minute few who's dying out. All right, watch this. One of the biggest rappers that sing about taking all sorts of pharmaceuticals is Future.
Yeah, but I mean,
no,
you
no,
never
no,
know
no.
if they just giving the medicine.
No.
No. Sometimes they be faking the funk.
No.
Sometimes,
but he said it. But watch this. Listen what I'm saying. Let me speak first. Listen.
They glorify it.
No,
but
listen.
not all people that glorify it.
No, I'm not saying he's doing it.
Glorify it.
I'm not saying he's doing it.
That's
it's the agenda
bad,
that's being
though.
pushed. Listen to me first. It's not by accident where you see somebody like Future who has a cult following. He has millions of youth that is following him, right? And
that lean shit is crazy.
And watch this. We're gonna get to that because that's all a part of the pharmaceuticals. Because all these things are drugs that are prescribed by the FDA.
Yeah, we already know
it's just that people are abusing
shit.
These drugs. You understand what I'm saying?
They get I was watching the interview. I was watching a documentary on Vice about this guy. So all he did, he was from Houston, out there in Houston. All he did is call the pharmacy and get the codeine, promethazine.
Yeah.
Drop them in the shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, that
it's easy access nowadays.
The music, the society, and the music is just like they kind of failing the people.
And that's where this whole brainwash is coming from. Because if you have people that's gonna be swayed by a rapper like Future who can tell you 20 songs in, after he done brainwash 20 million kids about popping Xannies, Mollies, Perkies, Oxys, getting lit, going to the club, sucking and fucking and shooting and booting and all this shit. And it sounds good. It really does. Because I'm not even going to lie to you. There's times when I hear some of these songs and the beat, maybe bump to it.
Let me ask you.
But listen what I'm saying. I'm a grown up. I know the difference between right and wrong. I can decipher that. I can pick sense out of nonsense. I could tell what's entertainment, what's facts, and what's not. These kids who are really diehard Future fans and whatever fans, most of them bought into that narrative or that notion that popping this and popping that
so let me ask
was going to make them lit.
So let me ask you something. You think like these drill rap, I'm not going to call nobody out, but you think these rappers that like these young rappers that be listening to all this gangster music, they really believe, like, yo, I gotta go kill the ops and all of that?
Most of them do, yeah, sadly, yeah.
And that's how they live?
Sad to say, yeah.
That's some crazy shit. I mean,
let me tell you something.
Wild. I mean, why that? But this is what I'm saying. That's crazy, right? Because society is supposed to preserve life. So I don't understand how
what?
The government and society is supposed to preserve life at all costs, right?
No.
That's what quote unquote.
Okay,
correct. We're dealing with quote unquote.
Right.
They're supposed to preserve life and quality life and all of that. But why is this music that's detrimental to society?
It's getting the most
funded,
airplay.
It's
Exactly.
getting funded more than anything.
That's what the fuck I'm saying.
That's why I'm like, yo, if I'm a rapper, if I'm a successful rapper, all right, say I'm a successful rapper in 2022.
Right.
That means I got a hit for about 1 to 2 months, but I got to carry a gun on me. People want to kill me. I got so much enemies and all of that, and the FBI is looking into everything that I do. What is being a successful rapper at the end of the day?
Sad to say, you got to bear in mind, not to say it like this, most rappers are narcissists. Most of them are egomaniacs, and most of them do not know the difference between right and wrong, because most of them, now that they're getting signed, they're kids. If you're not noticing, there's no real idols. No. Let me ask you a question. Name 2 rappers over the age of 21 that's been signed in the last 2 years. None. Everybody's been kids.
That's true.
And when you take these kids from these inner cities, and they're all, not to say like that, some of them, they were hustling, some of them weren't hustling, some of them are gang members, some of them weren't, whatever. But you take them from these inner cities, and they didn't have, I'm used to X amount of dollars. Yo, you give me X amount of dollars and take me here and show me a whole different lifestyle, I'm Boo-Boo the Fool. But guess what? I'm Boo-Boo the Fool. So that's going right back. Out? They don't even know that they're selling out, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They're kids.
They don't know, right?
They're pushing an agenda unconsciously.
Whatever
they're pushing an agenda unconsciously.
Self-fulfilling prophecy at the end of the day. Yo, I got a question. Do you think like 6ix9ine was a plant? Do you think 6ix9ine was a plant? Because he had a case, and he had some sexual assault case in his prior record, in his rap sheet, right? Right. So after that, he was allowed to do all these videos and do all this craziness. And I don't understand how he had that sexual assault case, and then he was able to do all that craziness and claim blood and all of that. And then all of a sudden, he got the agency up out of it. He got the blood crew up out of there. We know what happened with his case and all of that. It seemed like he was a plant to me, though.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That thought did go across my mind several
It seemed like
times.
he was an agent. It seemed like he was an agent the whole time.
That could be a possibility. I'm not 100% sold on it.
You know, you got them CIs.
There's definite.
You know, you got them CIs.
Pointers or facts that you can point out.
Sometimes them CIs do the killing
thinking
too.
That way, so I kind of understand.
You know that, right? Sometimes they got the confidential informants. Sometimes they be doing crimes too.
No, absolutely. I know that.
Yeah, bro.
Listen, let me tell you something. You see, 6ix9ine, what he did was, all right.
He had a nice suit on too for the trial.
Listen,
you don't never win. You had that fucked up suit.
Other than the fact that 6ix9ine was involved in whatever he admitted to be involved in, because I don't know shit about shit. All I can say is this: 6ix9ine personally looked like he enjoyed himself from the start to the finish. He didn't look like. So that's why I said when you asked, or when you said you think he was a plant, there's a lot of scenarios where you can point out where I could say, like, you know what, he could be. It does. It does kind of make sense.
He seemed like a plant to me, though.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like,
even like,
I don't agree fully.
You don't feel like certain artists are plants in the industry to just show some crazy stuff. So like, I'm gonna put it this way.
You want me to call names?
No.
Okay. Don't let me call names. Don't let me speak too freely.
People getting sued.
Oh, we ain't trying to get sued. But let me tell you this.
But yo. So think about this one.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that situation with the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion?
Okay, you talk about with the shooting.
Yeah,
so-called shooting, right?
See how people got short-term memory? What happened? She got shot in her foot.
She supposedly got shot in her foot.
Quote unquote. I know people that got shot in their foot, shot in their arm. They can't use their arm. They can't use their hand.
Are they not bouncing back within a week?
Yeah, it's no way you get shot in your foot and you don't have no permanent damage. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's so much small bones in the foot, and I do my research. But it just shows you how they can create fake stories and fake narratives in society, and people will run with it. It's amazing to me. It's like, yo, if you don't do your due diligence and really look into stuff on your own, they can make you believe whatever they want.
Absolutely.
That's the spell.
Listen, if they tell one lie long enough, it becomes the truth.
So like,
trust me what I'm telling, because like I asked you this before. If before I came over here, you got an alert on your phone that said I was wanted for X amount of crimes today, when I came here, would you still allow me to be on the podcast?
I'd be like, yo, of course.
No, would you allow me to still be on the podcast? Or
No, I would have thought you was doing crime.
Why?
Because my phone said so.
And not just
because
the phone.
You don't believe in that.
You probably would turn on the TV and you would probably see it on Fox 5, NBC, and all these other news platforms and whatnot. So you would buy into that narrative to say, you know what? I just committed a crime. Even though it was a lie. You would have bought into it, sadly. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they could paint any picture online or anywhere and the masses is going to believe it because that's how they again, just like what I said to you before. If people have cult followings, all these rappers, entertainers, influencers, if you're paying them the bag, so-called bag, quote-unquote bag, to push a narrative, you're making them wealthy. Every time they put out a song or they make a movie or they make some sort of movement in a negative way, you reward them.
Yeah.
What you think their fan base is going to do? The kids that are following them, 90% of them are kids, or even some of them are young adults who don't know no better. Sadly, they're going to follow them and feel like, you know what? Oh, popping this, popping that, shooting up, spinning a block, doing this.
The icon.
These rappers are not spinning no blocks.
Yeah.
They're in the Ritz Carltons.
We know them drill rappers are.
They're in the suites. They're in the highest suites. Not these wealthy rappers that are singing about it.
Yeah, they ain't doing that shit.
That's when I hear certain rappers that already made it out the garrison. Some of them who already made it out the hood. And they still rapping about this nonsense. I be like, yo, damn, I ain't even gonna lie. Sometimes I like the beat. I might like a song here and there. It's repetitive, bro.
Yeah.
How many times you gonna tell me about spinning the block?
I love hip hop, but it's getting like a little stale to me.
It's structured in a negative way. It's structured in a way where it's gonna lead to you down a negative path, bro.
We need some new life in the game, or some new blood. We need some new type of ideas.
Let me ask
you have great artists, but I mean, it's more the same.
How often do you? I know you drive, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes do you listen to the radio while you're driving?
Nah, I don't listen to the radio anymore.
If you did, I could tell you this much: you won't be hearing no Kendrick or no goddamn J.
Yeah,
Cole.
you never hear that.
You know why? Because they're conscious rappers.
Yo, so the one song that they played of J. Cole,
they're conscious rappers, bro.
The only song they played of J. Cole was they played a song where he was talking about his losing his virginity, and I'm like saying to myself, this guy have crazy catalog. I'm sure he'd have crazy catalog.
But why would they want to be that caliber? That's conscious.
It's some bullshit.
That would not support the narrative that they're trying to push. So they would not play one of his conscious songs. They would play one of his most song that's closer to the other side, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Where a young youth or a young female might feel like, oh damn, it's okay to give it up early.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
True.
Talking about giving it up early, I remember there was a female singer back in the day, R&B singer named Lauryn Hill. After she sang a song called That Thing, That Thing, That Thing. That song was basically telling young girls not to give up their body.
Okay.
For a little. They should be respectful of themselves, have more class, let guys wait. Let them show them that they love them and so forth and so forth before engaging in any sexual activities. That's what that song was based about. See, right after that, she got off the fucking radar. Blackballed and a motherfucker.
You know how it is.
Shut the fuck up, basically. Shut the fuck up. What were you trying to do, girl? You're trying to mislead these young girls. We don't want them to think conscious. We want them to be whores. We want them to have low self-esteem.
Yo.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah, guys.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. You have female rappers right now that's rapping good content. And you have female rappers right now that's singing straight trash.
So you're saying that if you portray your image to be a certain way, that you're going to get more notoriety?
Absolutely.
Hands down.
If it's negative, yeah, absolutely. If a female rapper comes out right now in a pants,
you trying to say,
listen, in a pantsuit.
Yo, listen, hold up. You trying to say they trying to lower our frequency as a society using our entertainment?
Absolutely.
You trying to say they trying to dumb us down and devalue our traditions?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely. Listen, it's clear as day. Stevie Wonder could see it. No offense to Stevie, but I respect you. But listen, the blind man could fucking see that. It's very evident because it's not soft. It's not. They're not easing it into us now. It's blatant.
So,
it's in our face
with
now.
society, with the way things going. I know you have children. How do you see things going? How do you see things being 10 years from now? With like, I see like a lot of times they closing schools. They have remote learning going on,
Right.
and the kids are still wearing the masks. They're not able to see their friends face to face. They're not able to learn those communication skills. I was listening to another podcast, and the doctor on the podcast was actually saying that the IQs of the children was gonna drop because of them being separated from each other and not being able to read each other's faces. And
I believe that. I
Dr.
totally
Robert
believe
Malone.
that.
So like, how you being a parent, how do you feel about all this stress that the children are going through during this weird time? Us having to close down schools and wear masks.
All right, first thing first, let me tell you this.
And the fear mongering, of course.
It's not even just the kids, it's the parents as well. Because sad to say, parents had to become teachers. And I can tell you this, luckily for me, I'm competent enough, you know what I mean? I was competent in my wife, you know what I mean, as well. We were able to, you know what I mean, articulate everything to our kids on a level where they could understand it and still be able to do the work, you know what I mean?
Specifically, how do you feel about the mask situations, like children wearing a mask in schools?
Bro, that's retarded.
That's what I'm going to say, because it's not healthy to wear a mask
How
as far
could it-
as productive breathing.
Absolutely.
You got to get air into your diaphragm. I mean, so like, if you wear a mask consistently, your breathing is gonna suffer. Your upper respiratory system is gonna be stressed.
It's hindering your breathing, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna stress your upper respiratory.
It's hindering your breathing. It's quite obvious, and
systems.
It's uncomfortable. Just again, like you said, the doctor clearly states that IQs are gonna fall because of what's going on, the social distancing, on this remote learning.
Everybody's locked in on their iPads. These children don't even really have true friends. They're not outside. They're not exploring.
They're not socializing on the level where they should be.
People are nothing without socialization. If you don't have socialization skills, you can't create anything in this world, because no man is an island, so to speak. So you always need people. You always need people in this world to do great things.
Right.
You can't do it. Elon Musk can't do everything on his own. He got to communicate what he wants to get done to handlers. He's not doing everything. Right. So like, you got to be able to communicate and put forth ideas out there in the atmosphere and bring people together.
And let me show you something. You talk about COVID, and you talk about the mask, and you talk about kids being disconnecting from
yeah. So what I'm
kids.
saying is like this: the way these kids are being taught, being separated and isolated. Right. You don't have any leaders. How can you be a leader? You doing homework from school. You know what I'm saying? Sports. The girls, probably won't even be girl sports after a while. 10, 15 years from now. People are identifying as certain other things where they could just do the sport. We're not going to dive too much deep into that, because we don't want...
Nah, listen, I understand.
But that's craziness.
Let me tell you what I think. Being a parent...
I'm just speaking from the heart.
Yeah, being a parent... let me tell you from my perspective, being a
parent. And that's a big issue right there, too.
Let me speak. Let me say my piece. Being a parent, I have 2 young boys, right? And they're not comfortable. They were never comfortable from the jump, because they love to socialize with their peers. They love to interact with their teachers, and all their friends in the lunchroom and in classroom, and share ideas, and you know what I mean, laugh, and the whole 9 yards. You know, when being a kid, that's what it is. You learn in an environment that's better when you can have interaction, one-on-one interaction. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You could talk to your friends. If you don't know something, you could ask your friend. If your friend don't know something, and so forth and so forth. My sons already told me that they were sick from the first month of staying home.
They were sick in school?
Sick at home. Why?
Physically sick, or they just were tired of it?
Nah, they felt like they were getting sick just being on the computer, because it's a strain on the eye muscle as well.
Okay.
On a normal day basis, you wouldn't have your kids sitting on the iPad for 8 hours.
Oh.
Wouldn't you tell them to put the iPad down?
Yeah, right. It's gonna hurt your eyes. They say too much screen time isn't good for you.
Wouldn't you tell your child that on a normal day basis?
Of course, yeah.
But during this pandemic, we allowed it. We opened everything up to what they told us was right.
I feel like they always putting in our next move for us as people. You know, just remote. Yeah,
because we're sheep following the shepherd.
This is the greatest thing. Oh, COVID is around. Oh, you can work from home. That's a double-edged sword, working from home. You have to have communication, and you have to have a community. If you have this world and you don't have any community and you just got tribes all over the place, they are easily conquered. Divide and conquer is the name of the game. So if you got people that they don't even have any sense of community or being together, you can't even work and coexist as co-workers. One person over there, other person over there,
right,
everybody working from home.
Right.
That's a scary society 10, 15 years from now.
But they're doing it in a whole different aspect. They're doing it in a whole, like...
Metaverse. You heard it about that? Metaverse?
Yeah, I heard about that. But hold on, stick a pin. Let me backtrack this a little bit. We started off with the rappers, you know what I mean? And then, like, we talk about the influence that they have and how the cancel culture is affecting us as a society, and then how it affects the youth, and then now how even COVID and social distancing and kids being disconnected from everything that's real is really negative. Again, corruption starts at the head of the stream, bro. You see when you create a problem and then you create a solution.
Oh yeah, you know how that go.
When you create a problem and you that created a problem give us a solution,
the solution is much worse than the problem. The solution is going to be worse than the problem.
Absolutely. That's a recipe for disaster. There's no way we're going to benefit from this situation.
What you think you got to do? I think just speaking, being honest, being true, being your true authentic self. I think that's the way to just combat all of this. People scared to speak their mind. If everybody speak their mind, I think that will help a lot.
I feel like speaking your mind and just being firm in your beliefs and just knowing right from wrong, having common sense, being a critical thinker, being open-minded, being outspoken, as you said.
Yeah.
I feel like all these things can genuinely just lead you for just, like the Bible would say, seek and you shall find, knock on the door shall be open, ask and it shall be given unto you. You can't just take shit for face value, because if they come tomorrow and say COVID is gone, they cured it, everybody's gonna fucking believe it. You know why? Because they're gonna plaster it all over the media for the next 10 months. On every platform you can think about, it's gonna be there that they cleared up COVID, and the rappers are gonna rap about it, and they're gonna start. I'm telling you, because
shots fired.
Listen, it is what it is.
Oh man.
Because what I'm saying, this is how they control the masses, bro. You see who don't buy into. Listen. Let me know. Stop for a second. You see who don't buy into. Listen, people who do not like the media as far as the news.
Yeah.
People who don't like the news. You know who they're gonna listen to? The entertainers who they follow hard body.
And they bored.
So they're gonna make sure they incorporate the rappers,
whack-ass
the entertainers, the movie stars.
Yo, what's the last
people who have cult followings of millions and millions of youth. So once they are on board and pushing the agenda, everybody's gonna fall. Because let me tell you this. I remember back in the days, Bounty Killer was my artist. I used to love Bounty Killer as a youth growing up. So it don't matter what the fuck you talking about.
For people who don't know, that's a famous Jamaican artist.
Yeah,
he's one of the legends of
Jamaica. Man, the warlord, 5-star general, Bounty Killer. He says, as a youth, that was my artist. He says, as a youth, it doesn't matter what you told me. He did no wrong in my eyes. You could have told me he just murdered Jesus Christ. I'd have been like, yo, Jesus must have fucked up. He did something wrong.
Okay.
It is what it is. That's how much I was considered a cult follower.
I got you. I understand.
So it doesn't matter what he said at the time. I was with it.
So you ain't like when he go against Vybz Cartel.
That was years later. I was all grown up by then. All grown up by then.
Okay.
I took no sides by then.
Both. Okay.
Yeah, I took no sides by then.
Because you from Portmore.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, so you got to go with the Gaza.
No. You trying to.
You got to go with Gaza.
No, listen. I'm a neutralist.
Yeah, okay.
You dig? But I love everybody's music. But again, let me say again, they use the entertainers who have cult followings of millions and millions of people who are dieharded fans who buy into everything that these people say. So once you have these people on board, you pay them millions and millions of dollars to put out songs, commercials, infomercials, all these things, promoting a narrative, pushing a narrative, telling people this is good. This is how I move. This is how I live, and this is what y'all need to do if y'all want to live like me. Kids are gonna buy into that, not even knowing that. Listen, it's repercussions and consequences to live like this.
About? You talking about as far as like
I'm talking about hip hop artists, entertainers, movie stars, because they use all these individuals when they're pushing a narrative.
Yeah, I mean they
put them in commercials, infomercials. They do all these things. They put them on speeches, on billboards, on plaques. That's everywhere.
Come on, bro. Look at the movies nowadays. Look at the movies. You seen the new Matrix? I couldn't even help before.
Neo was.
I slept through half the movie.
Neo was borderline vagina.
You know, they just got a 180. Everybody.
Let me tell you.
They got a one. Everything that you like. If you are a certain age, where you know how Hollywood movies used to be and how they are now, and characters were then and how they are now, you will see how they just 180 everything. It's like, damn, we can't have nothing as a man. You can't have no type of heroes or anything. They always just got a 180 to shit. Like, you can't have nothing nice.
Nah, you see, it's
can't have anything nice
watches
in the society.
Yeah, you can have something nice.
You got to make your own movies now.
You can have something nice if they want you to have something nice.
I mean, not with no. It's gonna always have an agenda or something. Or
there you go. There you go.
You know,
like, there you go. Just like when they say right now.
That's why I respect Dave Chappelle.
Oh, you gotta.
He always stand he always stand firm. But I mean,
salute to Dave Chappelle. Big up yourself. Yeah, man. Enough respect because the man have morals.
He walked away from 50 million.
Yeah, man, morals and principles. Yeah, man.
Walked away from 50 million.
Yeah,
a lot of people can't say that. That's crazy though.
No.
To walk away from that amount of money.
When I think me would I do it still, but me salute.
People don't even the shit that we talking about now. He was dealing with what 20 years ago, and he worked, and it made him walk away from $50 million, and he still never really elaborated what was really going on. So he really realized how bad that shit was. It's crazy how they have everybody in position and they have everybody on cue.
Listen, it's sad because I look at it like this. You see, first thing first, let me clarify. I'm not against gays, any form of homosexuals. I'm not against vaccine. I'm not against Mormons, blacks, whites. I'm not against nothing or nobody other than negativity, corruption. These are the things that I'm against. You see, when you're trying to corrupt people's mind, you see, when you're trying to force me in a negative direction, these are the things I'm going to stand up against. You understand?
You talking about how?
I'm talking about any and everything. I'm not just talking about one thing in particular. Because the conversation that we started off, is, as I said, was with the artists, how would I transition to the cancel culture, and what the cancel culture is about. The cancel culture is all about shut the fuck up, don't offend a certain group.
It's about
shut the fuck up,
it's about
move a certain way.
Shit.
Absolutely.
It's about erasing free thinkers.
Absolutely.
You gotta have that's just nothing but the thought police. They here to erase you out of existence because guess what?
You see how that sounds? You see how you say it like it's nothing, but that's something serious.
Yeah,
bro.
they trying to just erase you out of existence.
You say it like it's nothing, but that's some serious shit.
Because this is how it go. Everybody's on these platforms. This is who we are. Our profile is our profile. Our profile is the profile that we portray to the world, and this is the social media. Well, it's Instagram, Facebook, the metaverse that's actually coming out, which is.
I don't really know much about the metaverse.
I'm gonna put you on in a second.
I don't really know
So if you on social media. And that's how you making your money, or that's how you growing your business. Because if you're smart, you're going to be on social media to grow your business, right?
Absolutely.
So how do they affect your bottom line? They cancel you.
Censorship.
Exactly. Erase. You get zapped. Thought police. You know, so back in the days, they would have to get messy. But now, you ain't got to get messy because this system that we're using that everybody's in tune with,
Right,
the whole
right,
world,
right. Yeah.
you're not gonna be a part of this anymore. Get out of here.
Yeah. It's
That's
sad
how you know.
reality.
That's how you know Donald Trump was talking about something. Guess what? I'm not riding nobody's wave. I'm not on nobody's team.
Listen, everybody.
But he
got
was talking
valid
some
points.
stuff.
Everybody got valid points, bro. They might talk a whole bunch of bullshit, but pick sense out of nonsense. People got valid points.
That's a fact.
A lot of people said Obama was right all the way around. No, Obama was just a persuasive speaker.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that was. So everything he said sounded nice. He could have sold you a bag of shit and told you it was a bag of ice cream. You probably would have bought it. He was the best fucking speaker. He could have
Yo,
sold
he can speak well.
They
He
said
can speak well.
They said he could sell the worst product to the best buyer. That's some shit right there.
Yo, he had
The
he got
worst
look,
product to the
talk.
best buyer. That's some shit.
Yo, you didn't see
He
that?
talk like who? Who did he talk like to you? A mixture of who?
Martin Luther King,
And
Malcolm X.
there you go. That was a mixture. Because he stood firm. He stood bold. He always held his head high. He spoke with authority, but he spoke humble.
So what you saying?
Respectful.
So what you saying? What you saying? Joe Biden can't stack up to the speeches of Obama?
Why you gonna come with the bullshit? Like, we're not going to do
Nah,
that.
bro.
Don't do that.
You can't watch. You can't listen to Joe Biden speeches.
Nah, listen. On some serious shit, don't do that. Don't do that.
You trying to say it?
No,
Put you to sleep?
listen. Don't do that. Like, really, don't do that. Like, nah, don't do that. That's. I'm not the biggest Obama fan because I'm not a politics fan overall.
Come on, bro. We know
I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm Brother Tony. You understand?
Tell me.
So
Actually, I wanted to ask you about. We was talking about Dr. Sebi a little bit off air. So,
Dr. Sebi,
yeah, put me
rest
on a
in
little
peace,
bit.
Dr. Sebi. Sleep in peace, my brother. Dr. Sebi, yo, let me tell you something. Dr. Sebi, one of the greatest minds ever. Anybody out there that never researched Dr. Sebi need to, right?
What is this about the mucus in the body creating the problems and inflammation?
Dr. Sebi said mucus is the only real disease. And like he said, dis-ease. Because when there's mucus in the body, you don't feel normal. You don't feel relaxed. There's a dis-ease in the body. It normally starts in the head. Congestion in nostrils. From here, goes down. Start feeling a chest plate. Heavy cough. So once you can clear up mucus, you clear up any dis-ease out of the body.
So you're saying mucus came from like foods and like...
Absolutely, you are what you eat. So what the fuck? Excuse my language. When I hear them say you are what you eat, what you thought it was a joke? You thought it was a joke.
I mean, of course, health is wealth. You got to eat the right
Oh,
things.
you better know.
But
And Dr. Sebi emphasized that. He emphasized the fact that your health is your only wealth.
Of course. I mean, we know what time it is with the obesity situation.
Let me tell you something
in
about Dr.
America.
Sebi. Stop.
But what I wanted to get from this is you think that it was like foul play with what was going on with his situation, with his passing?
That's a dumbass question. Because it's obviously foul play. Dr. Sebi was going up against a multi-trillion-dollar organization. He was about to affect generational wealth of some trillionaires, you know. History was about to be changed, you know. Because he was about to make sure that everybody know that the original medicine is herbs.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about Dr. Sebi. The first time
That's
I heard
what I think a lot of
No,
people...
see, let me give you a quick story.
What I'm saying is...
I want to give you a quick story, and this is how I know it was foul fucking play.
Yeah.
This is how I know it was foul fucking play. Dr. Sebi proved in federal court that he can cure every fucking disease out there.
He won that case?
He won the fucking case. They arrested him. Before they arrested him.
For real, he won that case? When was that?
Don't quote me on the years. It's in the 80s or the 70s. But it's documented. You can Google it. You can research it. It's there. I did it before. But honestly, it was years ago. That's what I was about to tell you. Let me tell you.
He won his case.
Bumbo Clock, I'm telling you, brother.
Uh-huh.
Years ago, in 2003, I watched a documentary about Dr. Sebi, right?
Uh-huh.
And Dr. Sebi, he spoke on the fact that herbs is the only medicine you need. He spoke
Natural
on
medicine.
Natural medicine.
We don't need this pharmaceutical stuff.
No, but you got to bear in mind now, natural medicine is considered. What is natural medicine considered now? Alternative medicine.
Yeah, right.
And that was your
Well,
original medicine, the only medicine. But now it's considered what? Alternative medicine.
Which is
Dr.
crazy.
Sebi proved after they arrested him, because first thing what they did was he put out something in the Daily News that he can cure AIDS, glaucoma, cancer, herpes, arthritis, everything. The FDA, Google it. The FDA got wind of that and told him to retract the statement. He said, "Why should I when it's truth? I'm not going to retract the statement." You know what they did? Arrested his ass. And he said, "I'm not going to plead guilty. I'm taking that to trial. I'm going to prove it to you guys that I can blood clot, I can cure these diseases." And so said, so done.
Wow.
Won the case. You know what they did though? They barred every black journalist at the time from the courthouse.
So he actually won.
He won it in federal court, yeah.
He won that. He have all the cures. For
He
AIDS.
cured it. He proved it to them.
And then they
had
sued him.
listen. They had.
Then they sued him.
No, they didn't sue him. What they did was that they banned him because the FDA didn't fuck with him. So unless the FDA pass your drop out, because
That's
again,
crazy
now listen.
shit,
The
but it's
FDA,
not
now
really
listen.
that crazy.
The FDA says
It's not really that crazy.
under the FDA guidelines. Listen to the FDA guidelines. Nothing cannot cure, treat, or diagnose a disease other than a drug.
Provided by the.
No, they said a drug, but all drugs are passed under the FDA guidelines. So unless they pass it and label it as a drug, not a herb,
Not an herb. Okay.
but as a drug,
Because it's a system. It's a business.
you understand? They have
It's
to
a
get their-
business.
absolutely.
It's a business. It's a business.
It is not unless they are a part of that. It's illegal.
It's a business.
So his product was considered illegal. It was being sold somewhere on the black market. He had to move his factory back to Honduras, all types of stuff. Dr. Cindy won that fucking case, bro. The last person the last two people I'm just going to name drop real quick. The last two people, big names that spoke on Dr. Sebi. Sad to say one of them is not here with us right now. Sleep in peace, Nipsey Hussle. He spoke on Dr. Sebi on the Breakfast Club, how he was going to do a full documentary on the court case itself.
Yeah.
On how he
Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go watch it on Breakfast Club when he spoke on that as well. It was like an hour-long interview and he spoke on that. And again, that's something that and this is not nothing about race. He was talking about life, human beings. You understand what I'm saying, bro?
Exactly. Yeah.
This had nothing to do with any race, ethnic group, background, anything.
I know a little bit about Dr. Sebi, but
Yeah.
I didn't.
I didn't
know he won that case.
He did. He did.
But I mean, at the end of the day, honestly, as I've gotten older, I wasn't a person that take aspirin and no pain pills and all of that. And I felt like you don't need to take that. It's man-made. Everything that you need is from nature. That's how I felt. And it's like, yo, as you read and research and learn, you realize like this is a system created, the pharmaceutical company. How the hell are people getting sick so much? The food. So it's like
Stop.
It's all a business.
What you just said, the food, right?
Yeah, the food.
So watch this. When you eat the food and you get sick, who do you go to?
You go to the doctor.
And what did the doctor give you?
He give you medicine.
Okay, so who control the food?
Food and Drug Administration. Come on, man.
Enough fucking said. You understand? So I create the problem.
And this is my 13th year.
I create a problem and then I do what?
Create the solution.
It's a fucking recipe for disaster, but guess what? It's chaos and comfort at the same time. Because to the people who are sick, your medicine is comfort because you're not curing me. You're treating me.
Talk about the pharmaceutical company and the opioid crisis. They actually created it at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Like, it's just wild. These people go unchecked. You don't even know who's the owner. Faceless people. Might get touched. Talking about this, you never know.
Listen.
You never know.
That's a touchy topic. But again, public information, we can speak on what's going on in society.
We don't want to get canceled and all of that. We don't want nobody come check
all we can say is this.
We just got to speak our minds.
All right, let me speak my mind, but I'm going to pick my words carefully. All right, you see, when it comes to the pharmaceutical companies now, their agenda, it's it has been very clear over the years. If anybody hasn't seen it, they haven't been looking. It has been very clear. We're going to give you some medicine. In a year or two, we're going to recall it. We're going to tell you that if you have any loved ones that died or had any terminal illnesses based off this, you might have some sort of case and you can get compensation. The another aim is to get people unconsciously hooked onto these pharmaceuticals. Because I remember I had a pinched nerve in my back. Listen, I had a pinched nerve in my back and I went to the doctor. I just told him I had excruciating pain in my back, and this was a fact. They gave me an injection in my back and they prescribed oxycodone. Not lying to you. If I didn't have a wife that was strong-minded, I would have got hooked.
It was that powerful.
It was that powerful and that good. Because it didn't just relieve the pain, it gave you a feeling of euphoria. It made you feel like you was high. It made you feel good. So you understand what I'm saying? So even the slightest pain, I would be going to the medicine cabinet.
I don't want to cut you off, but what I'm saying, I'm tying into that. Did you know that they having needle exchanges in New York City?
What?
There are needle exchanges. Needle exchanges is basically where people that's addicted to drugs can inject heroin at these needle exchange sites throughout the city.
Like a drug center?
Yes.
For drug users?
For drug users, so they can use clean needles. So basically, that's one of the last.
That's
things,
legal?
Yes. So that's one of the last things that De Blasio put into place before he left office. He was creating these drug centers. So these drug addicts.
Hold on.
People afflicted by the drug disease.
All right.
Hold on. So they can do their drugs.
Free drugs.
It's not free. I guess they're gonna get the drugs. However,
no. That's what I'm asking.
It's needle exchange
for the people, the drug users who are going there. Are they purchasing the drugs on there, or are they coming with prescription?
They're not prescribing them.
So they're not coming with prescription, and they're not coming with cash. So they're coming there.
They're giving them needles, clean needles, and they're giving them a site where they could do their drugs, which is crazy. You know they do that in LA, but I'm saying like that's some wild stuff right there. I don't understand. I don't understand the situation being how it is with all of the opioid deaths and everything, and he passed this shit. Shit just weird to me, bro. Like,
well, I can tell you this: stick a pin. It's not even as weird. It's the method behind their madness. Because it is fucking
it's
total.
Not working in LA.
Listen.
It's not working in LA.
It's total madness. But in their eyes, listen. Let me tell you something. You ever watch The Purge? The last Purge.
I know of the movie, but I don't be watching these.
One of the Purge episodes, you know what they did was? They tried to kill off everybody, but what they did was like an experiment. So they said if a lot of people died, the experiment went well. If a limited amount of people died, it was a bust.
Scary now.
It was a bust, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, you enabling people. You're encouraging drug users.
Let me ask you something.
What you think is going to happen? You don't think crime is going to spike? You don't think overdose is going to go up rampant? You don't think people are going to start engaging a whole bunch of theft and murder? Because guess what?
Create the problem, create the solution.
Because guess what? Now they're not stealing for the drugs. They're just high. Now I'm stealing for food. I'm cold. I want clothing. Oh, I'm fucked up. I need this. Because it's always a reason.
You're just gonna create like The Walking Dead. That's all.
Yeah, it's like zombies you're creating.
Yeah, I mean, we always want to have like
shit crazy, bro.
We always want to have. We don't want to disrespect anybody that's going through hard times that have a drug addiction.
Well, listen, I know people.
We're not talking bad on them, talking down on them.
No,
but we just don't want to exacerbate the situation with these laws and these policies that's putting into place. It's not going to help the community in no way, shape, or form. So what are these policies being put into effect for?
Are these educated people that are putting these policies into place? Aren't these educated
on paper,
people?
They educated.
Absolutely, educated fools.
On paper, yo.
Because
you never know who they.
What's the method to that madness? What's the logic behind that?
That's God only knows.
No. That's me and you reasoning. All right, whatever you. Let me tell you what I think the logic is. Total fucking chaos.
You think so?
Yeah, and then when chaos come, y'all gonna come with a solution again. Oh, well, we have too much of the opioids. Now we have a fight. What do they call it? a war on drugs again.
Mm.
Now we have to crack down on certain communities again, and this and that and the third.
What you think about the new mayor?
The who? Cut it out, man. Cut it out.
Let's skip the
Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out.
We're gonna come for us.
You hear what I just said? Cut it out. We're not even gonna go there.
It's
We're not even gonna go there. Let me tell you something, bro. I want to go back to Dr. Sabi because your health is your true wealth, and I know you personally. I know you're a physical trainer. I know you're an MMA fighter.
Gotta have to be on deck, though. You know.
Listen, I know all of that. So you're all about health. You're all about wealth. Your health is your wealth. I see you teach. I see you teach people. I see you coach people, I should say, from the level of insecurity to the point where they're somewhat braggadocious, where they're feeling themselves because they're more confident now. They're eating better. They're exercising. They're looking better, so now they're feeling better.
That's what's good for society at the end of the day.
But that's not what they're trying to promote, bro.
You want a strong individual.
They're not trying to promote that.
A lot of times,
they don't care about no stuff like that.
Yeah,
bro.
You want the strong individual. The strong individual makes society thrive.
Yeah, but who tell you they want society to thrive?
Of course.
And okay, thrive in what direction though? Because it's always a means to an end. They know what they're doing. It's a cause and effect, bro. So they know what they're doing.
Yeah, Tony. It's been a great talk. Yeah, man.
We gonna vibe again. We definitely gotta catch up. We
gotta do this again.
Absolutely.
My apologies for being so late.
We gonna vibe next time.
We gonna be on time next time.
We gonna catch up.
Thank you guys. I'll see you again.
Yeah, man. Bless up, man. We gonna chop it up. Enough respect.